Okay.
Yeah.
Those are from different years.
I know, but what?
He has a
All of the movements.
No, that's for your mouse.
owl sugar in there.
Like it should be.
Oh, that's equalization rate.
No, this was exactly what she said.
All right.
What are you missing?
No, I mean,
Well,
there
there
must be another meeting. It's unique to me.
We can see you, Anna.
Just this one.
Yeah.
Not assumed. Thought I read.
Can't see you, but I can hear you.
Well, we can see you. You're looking great.
Market.
Oh,
She's bad.
No, it can't be. That would
You
be,
need-
that would do it.
Yeah.
And so.
Okay,
That's.
Right.
You don't remember the forms.
Single digit percentages.
Maybe it.
oh, so am I recording?
Evan.
Megan, if it would help, you can make me co-host.
Here she is.
That
This is me.
you go to
Name.
Did.
and go right there. Yep. And then you can make her just right there.
are we recording now?
A long morning.
Yes, we are recording.
Okay, why don't we get started then?
No, not 100% no.
So are we
Well,
going to
that's right,
record?
because I drove by. and- Oh,
Huh?
Are we going to record?
Yeah. Yep.
You don't need it, correct.
That's right.
All set?
Mhm.
Okay,
Great.
sorry about the delay. We'll call this meeting to order. Oh. First order of business is to approve minutes from October 15th and the 22nd. Need a motion?
No, I have one correction.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Page 2, under the committee reports, I think it says North County now, it's actually North County now. It's- That's the first time.
You got enough room?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? All in favor?
Hi.
Anyone
Aye.
opposed? Okay, department head reports. Let's see who I have first. Ooh, look at this, Tim. Superintendent.
This one. A lot of people have called and asked us about picking up more brush and bags.
What a surprise.
I know. That had knocked it right over. That little storm we had caused a lot
Yeah.
of problems.
Yeah.
Obviously not with the bags, but a lot of brush fell down, so. The guys been going out, pick up more. As long as the snow holds up. And Nolan sent me some pictures of our beautiful plaza over here and people had broken into it in more places, so.
Okay.
We're securing up more of that again.
Certainly making the case for us getting that
For
torn
demo,
down as soon as we
Yeah.
can.
SAB.
It's all on the developer right now.
Mm.
Anything else to add? Any questions for Tim?
Mentioned the used brush truck idea a couple times. Can you remind me what the cost might be for that?
140,000. It's just a larger volume dump body on it. 'Cause you're not really hauling weight as much as volume. And it had like a log loader on it. Like, if one guy could get out and operate it basically by himself. In certain circumstances, obviously, but not always.
And you mentioned some sidewalk paving. What were the locations? Do you remember?
Sounds like last month or the month before.
No?
Just says, BW has a few sidewalks to replace
Place.
and catch
Catch
basins
basins.
that were recently repaired to pave around.
So was that Goodrich and Judson? And-
last month, but,
Okay, I was gonna say, it's getting a little cold for that, isn't it?
yeah, they were still paving back then,
Yeah,
not now.
I got it.
We've had a nice fall.
Yeah, they did, there was some sidewalk on Farmer. A family had a complaint about, so they ripped up a few hundred feet there, and raised that.
Hmm.
And then had to pave the driveway, match it. Catch basins they had rebuilt, they had to pave around.
Yeah.
When we talk about infrastructural, touch on sidewalks again.
Thanks, that's it.
Anything else for Tim? Thank you. The assessor, she is not here today. She had another commitment. Her report's there. I don't know if there was anything in there that jumped out at you, but
I just
Yeah.
wanted some clarification on what the NTA ratio, how that is calculated.
no.
I'll
You'll
send
have
her an
to ask
email.
her.
Yeah, I will. We'll send her an email. Thanks. That was my only question in that.
Okay, next up, Tim Nolan.
I have nothing to add to my report. Anybody have any questions?
You're into looking at housing inspections for multifamily stuff now.
Yeah, I'm getting into that for the winter.
Okay,
I actually started on commercial stuff, but I will move into the multifamilies. I decided to do it via zoning district, so I'm starting with Main Street.
okay,
I started with the American Theater, and I'm doing larger occupancies in Main Street, and then I'm gonna send out letters for like the smaller restaurants, and then I'll go into the DMU and go to businesses and multifamilies.
okay.
That's my plan.
Questions for Tim? Thank you. Rec? Nothing to add. Okay,
It's a busy time of year.
the ice is staying frozen.
Yeah, look good.
It's all good.
And Blue Line looks like they're rolling
Yeah.
along. They got a set schedule up. and-
They don't have a set schedule yet, but they're pretty close to setting one.
Oh, she published one on her
Did you?
Facebook page. Yep, which is,
It's
I think
exciting.
with a modification coming once the hockey season actually
Yeah, they're
games,
still.
game starts.
They're still working on
Anything else for Megan? Ryan?
I have nothing to add. Questions?
Can I just say that's the $1,600 is a very impressive number. for
Yeah. Or no,
Fundraising for your 5K.
Yeah.
we'll note that they're doing a turkey drive as well. With Nickerson, so. If anybody has any turkeys to donate.
I think they're on sale.
Price Chopper has an immense sale on turkeys right now.
Aldi's does too.
Okay,
So, you know.
plenty of turkeys.
Where can we drop them off?
Right neighborhood,
Okay.
West Street.
On West Street.
Great.
They have room. I mean, that's the freezer room is,
I believe so. I
Okay.
mean, they're advertising for us. I would
they
assume
are, so they must have
plan
cleared
for
out
that.
space. Okay. Want to bring them, and have
Phenomenal.
them say, oh, we can't take them right now.
Right.
What am I gonna do?
I don't think they're gonna,
No, I know,
they'll take them all.
but yeah.
Anything else? Okay. Treasurer?
questions.
There is one item that'll be on the agenda for later. Anything for Megan? Okay, let's see, well, we did that one. Economic development,
Did you want me to mention?
Yeah, I would say, just as an addendum.
I will add that a couple of things. One, we did receive notification that we got the food scraps grant, and I don't think I included it in the report yet. Also, that we recently discovered a new grant opportunity for pro housing. It's called a technical assistance grant to grow pro housing communities. We've had some conversations, both town and village, about doing a housing assessment and strategy for approaching housing needs. And this is exactly that. It's a planning grant, up to $250,000. It's a pretty simple application as far as they go. It's due next Tuesday. So our plan is to submit a request.
Perfect. That would be a great step forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else for Lee? Okay, where are we here? Casey,
Just a couple things to add. First, I wanted to thank Tanner Castillo and his group of volunteers for their cleanup efforts at the Silas Wright Minor Street Cemetery. And then the other thing is just to send out a congratulations to the folks at the Unitarian Universalist Church for their successful bicentennial weekend celebration. All the events I attended were well organized and well attended, so they did a great job.
They're an organized group. In 200 years, man. A long time.
Well, St. Lawrence exists because of them.
Exactly.
Right?
People think
So
it's
we
the
are grateful.
opposite way.
It is not. Yeah.
The theology school came first and it was an afterthought to have a college.
Well, we appreciate that afterthought.
There we go.
okay, anything else for Casey? Oh. Clerk,
Nothing to add?
anything for Megan?
Yeah, what's a longevity check?
So people that have been here for like 5 or more years, they get a little extra check in the month of November.
Oh.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
Lot of that,
Sure, I'm not checking on somebody. Is that what you thought?
I was not sure.
a lot of that's negotiated. In, our contracts, but it also
Yeah.
applies to non-contract people,
Okay, thanks.
so.
To bring in some equity. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Tom, you got anything you want to add from what you're up to from the chamber?
We have, the holiday market is coming up at St. Lawrence University. It's gonna be a busy day over there. The fastest kid is that morning too.
Gotta
And,
love it.
So don't park over there, because we're gonna need all the spaces.
Okay,
Got that going on. We're doing the Holly Jolly Canton thing again this year, which is just a promotion of events that are happening downtown between Small Business Saturday and Christmas Eve. And then we're also starting work on for Canton, the Winterfest.
oh, yeah,
Which comes up, it's February 6th through 18th.
right, good,
We're keeping busy.
Yeah, it's great.
that's
And
good.
I guess next year, we'll have the market here again next year, only it'll be in the Newell Field House. So we'll be able to have maybe twice as many vendors.
Very cool.
Good. Okay,
That's a big. I don't want to keep talking, but thousands of people go.
It's
to
a big
that,
deal.
And they make a big day out of it.
Yeah.
I've over the years, talked to several traveling shoppers who bring their wagons and have
Yeah.
breakfast before they go in and lunch when they're done and
Right.
the whole day.
We love that.
Mm-hmm.
sounds good. I don't think I missed anybody, did I? Okay, need a motion to approve department head reports,
So, in second.
on favor,
Hi.
Aye.
opposed. Committee reports,
I think I will start. I didn't really want to have to address this, but I feel obligated to. And it has to do with the rec committee. I've been on the rec committee for over 10 years. And it's a great committee to be on. We do a lot of work. I do want to clarify from last week that in fact, we do have an existing intermunicipal agreement for rec. When we signed it a couple of years ago, that does stay in effect until we update it or terminate it, of which neither has happened in this past year. There is a movement to do annual reviews, of which we are under right now. We have met, we have talked about it several times. The complicated thing with rec is that we share expenses. So prior to the agreement, we have always split it 50-50, and that's what the current agreement says. But the complicating thing about that is that our fiscal years don't line up. They're offset, which means we have to be super deliberate and intentional and have conversations that are really important, because when you decide on a number, it impacts the other municipalities' budget. And it's not a small number. So sometimes those conversations are complicated. And sometimes it takes a little bit more time to massage that particular agreement. It was, in fact, one of the last one, if not the last ones, to actually be agreed upon, partly because of that. We can't align our fiscal years. We were hoping we could, and we can't. So that is a continued challenge. It's unfortunate that the town has decided to put the $164,000 in a contingency budget and has zeroed out the rec budget. I am confident that we're going to come to a place where that's not going to be the case, but I do want to make sure that people understand that we're working on this. And part of the reason that it hasn't been complete this time around is because, we don't want to make a big deal out of it. We aren't quite 50-50. We're a little ahead of the town, and we need to figure out how to rectify that. And we can't do it in one fiscal year. So we were trying to tier it and figure out how to make sure that that was reflected in a new agreement. And I will reiterate, the agreement that is there now and has been signed is actually in effect. It is not that we don't have an agreement, we do. So we were trying to give the town a little bit of grace, and it's unfortunate that, there wasn't a little bit of patience here in terms of us actually being able to articulate. The people on the committee and the town and the village work really well together. We have a plan. It's going to happen. And I just want to reiterate for the community that I am confident that as we move forward, that this money will be available and that we are going to rectify this. I'm a little disappointed that this has been a big deal in the past week with the town. But I just feel super obligated as somebody who's worked on this really hard for over 10 years, that it's clear to the community that we have a plan, and we are going to move forward. So that's all I got. And I don't know if there were other things.
The
We've
other
met
thing
several
is-
times.
And we're on a whole other thing. We are meeting Monday to talk about, how to move forward with Taylor Park.
Yes. So it's not the only thing that's been on our agenda. We've been
Right.
talking a lot. Megan is doing a ton of work. Megan, please know that you and your staff are supported, and we'll get there. I am confident of that.
Okay,
I didn't really want to have to address it, but I feel obligated to, because it's out there in the community and people are a little anxious about it.
I think you
So-
did a fine job of addressing it.
Well, I hope that it's clearer as to why it took a little bit longer. And we're just trying to give our partners a little bit of grace.
And there is an agreement.
And there is an agreement, and there
There
has
is.
been. But it's probably the most complicated agreement we have, and we're working on it. And I just want people to feel confident that there is support behind rec. And it's something that I've been proud to work on, and we've got players here who are invested in making it work. And we just need to be careful with each other's budgets, period. So
Okay,
there we are. Moving on.
other committees.
I would say communications and technology, we reported at the joint meeting. Obviously, we had the discussion about Zoom. We haven't met since then, and the next on the docket is we have December 15th, I think we have we're scheduled to meet with a vendor about notification software to explore that a little more. So nothing else new there. What else for me? I don't think anything else. I don't think anything else for me. Sustainability. Oh, well, sustainability, I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, I
but
did.
The garden has been,
Covered it.
64 Main has been put to bed for the winter. We got rid of all those chips.
Good. Yes,
So
It does look great.
thank you.
so
It was an,
a little flapping going on over there, but,
well, the
it'll
day
get
we
taken
did
care
it,
of. was very
that
windy.
giant roll, it was windy. I thought it was gonna be, floating high over Midtown Plaza at one point, holding on to the edge of it, that giant piece. A big gust came, but that's hence the pallets. They're just a way to, and we had to move all the rocks that we've moved about 4 times, but it seems to have stayed in place, so I'm wishing for a foot of snow to hold it in place, but
There you go.
I'm pretty sure nobody else is, so.
And I just want to make sure we thank Beekman and Kathy Schrady
Yeah.
and Corey Vineyard for all the work that they did on closing down 64 on Main Street.
Firework crew,
Yep, that was a good work crew. And of course,
the two of
Barbara
us.
Beekman.
Well, and Kara,
And me.
but,
We were all there
yeah.
doing our thing. Sustainability, oh, go ahead.
Oh, and the grant, and I forgot about
Yep.
that. We were contacted by a person who works for Jefferson County, Cornell Cooperative Extension. He has been given grant money from, the Nature Conservancy in SLILO Prism, which is a giant acronym for something.
Invasive species.
Yeah, you don't need to know all the letters. Anyway. And they want to promote urban gardens in municipalities and like pollinator gardens. So he had contacted Megan initially, who passed it on to Kara and I. We contacted him. He came up and visited our space. He was really excited because it's right on Main Street. And what they're going to spend the money on. And so this is not a grant we have to apply for. He has received the money and he gets to pick places to use it. And they're going to provide live plants. And they're trying to enlist help from master gardeners, but in our case, from St. Lawrence, Cornell Cooperative Extension. So he came and we had a good chat also with a person, the horticulturist from Cornell here in St. Lawrence County. And so next spring it might look different. But I think live plants would make a big difference in terms of and also Kara brought up with him, would there be money for like drip irrigation? Or some kind of
Gravity fed
irrigation, because obviously one of our bigger problems this summer.
Yeah.
So that was exciting.
Say again?
Drought USA.
Oh, well. Yes, next year it'll snow in June. So you never know.
Yeah.
I also want to add that Klaus Prom has been working with the DEC grant program. It was renewed for the electrical vehicle chargers. There is a plan to put 2 fast chargers in the parking lot between Nature's Storehouse and to possibly put 1 level 2 charger to replace the broken one on Hodgkin Street. So EV drivers will have places to fuel up. Of course, we already mentioned the pre-notification letter for the DEC food scrap grant. We'll reconnect with North Country Compost and Lee, of course, to talk about some next steps while we wait for that final contract from the state, or the master contract from the state.
Who's gonna get that contract? Who will that go to?
I presume that it will go to Lee, but I don't know for sure. Is that accurate?
It'll probably be on the software system.
Okay, I didn't know who the letter would go to. Okay.
The Sustainability Day and Green Living Fair is being planned at the moment. It's going to be held at the SUNY Potsdam, and it's looking like September or October of 2026. And one sort of outstanding issue for the Sustainability Committee is their communication and digital support. They are looking at different ways to maintain their website, including the potential for an intern from St. Lawrence to help manage that information for them, with them. Access, of course, to being able to put that information on their website. The Canton website is probably another issue that they may have to grapple with. But I think that's it for Sustainability Committee.
Yeah. I don't think anything else.
Anything else for any other committees?
Yeah, Complete Streets Task Force is in the process of discussing how to implement the Canton Trail. That is the trail that would go from Taylor Park to Remington Recreational Trail. Signs have, have gotten funding and they'll be being produced soon. One of the questions that has come up a couple of times about the Canton Trail and how to guide people along it, aside from the wayfinding signs, is whether or not to include a QR code on those signs. No QR code will be included. We've decided against that. For, a number of reasons, but one is, of course, making sure that we maintain and update that QR code. And right now that capacity isn't present. As far as people power is concerned, so we will not be doing that. We're also in the discussion of implementation, have been talking about different points of interest that might be, pointed to, so to speak, from the backbone, which is that pathway from Taylor Park to Remington Trail. So, points in the village have come up, and some points in the town have come up as well. I won't mention that extensive list just yet. And there has been some discussion about how to mesh this Canton Trail project with the map kiosks that you see in various places that are kind of dilapidated. Those kiosks are a bit dilapidated. So how would we update those? What kind of design would we use? And we're sort of reaching out to various community groups that have some nice signage already to see who did their design and how we might move forward with the map kiosks and thinking about location as well as design. And then finally, it's another pop-up is on the horizon. The Apprentice Lane pop-up project coming along that is mostly spearheaded right now by Randy Brown, who's the town liaison. And the basic premise is to encourage the businesses along Main Street to sort of, for maybe a month or so, to open up the back portion of their businesses for, outdoor dining and for a mostly pedestrian, from a walkway that's focused on pedestrian traffic versus trying to do anything like close down Main Street or any sort of project like that. So Randy is looking into first steps for that, which is probably going to be to poll businesses along Main Street to see if there's even any interest.
But step one.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other committees?
We can
Golf.
talk about it.
Go ahead.
Oh, golf is fine. I can wait.
Not really. The season's over. Kevin had gave us a pretty comprehensive report last month, and
Did you get the information we need on membership?
I have not heard back on it.
I think that's gonna be an important piece.
Yep.
Yes, for sure.
And I think, as you have seen in other articles, how should I put this?
Contentious.
Well, how profitable, some of these have been. I think we have to be focused on that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the goal.
Not that I'm looking to make a profit, but I think it needs to,
Sort of break even.
well, gotta be a lot closer to break even, and I think that's gonna have to be a conversation that we have to have.
Yep.
Anna, you had,
Yeah, I thought I'd mention a couple of things. The first is Meg and I have been meeting with Waterworth. We've met with Waterworth a few times. Meg has done a lot of work to provide our sewer and water billing data. Tim has provided the data on our capital projects for sewer and water. And we've done some guesstimating out, so to speak. And we're now at a place where we can start to look at potential rate structures and to project out rate increases based on those capital projects. And there's no real easy way to say this, but the cost of the work that we need to do, particularly on the water side, that we have been unsuccessful in getting funding for our grants. We've received no grants in several rounds. Fingers crossed for Northern Border. You know, we're still looking at just over $17 million to do some work that pretty much, I think we're seeing more frequent breaks in our lines. We are definitely continuing to see the effects of the aging infrastructure. And so we're going to have to make some moves in order to address that. And we've pulled pieces out. We've said, we'll just do the transmission line. What would that, you know, what would that cost us? Can we get that piece funded? And as I've said, so far, no bites. So we're starting to have conversations about, you know, do we try to package all of it and bond for all of it and just go for it? Do we, you know, what pieces do we prioritize if we do that? You know, does the village have the capacity to do this work? And I think that's really the stage that we're at now, is making some difficult decisions with respect to what and how much, because it isn't getting fixed by waiting, right? And it does not seem over the last several years that New York State's infrastructure, particularly on the drinking water side, it doesn't seem as if the kind of work that we need to do, or the ways that they are scoring applications, get us above the line where we could potentially receive funding. So that means it's going to be on our community to do this work. And I think at a certain point, we have to just decide we're going to do it and map out a strategy. So those are the discussions that we're having now. And then there were some other things we also talked about. Tim and I talked about a new software program that would allow us to, it would allow Tim to map out, I think he mentioned this in his report, but it would allow him to map out the condition of our pavement condition. And that way we could, you know, better maintain inventory and plan for pavement repair. I don't know if you wanted to say anything else about that, Tim, but it's one of the things we've been talking about.
I kind of went over it with Mike, and we're gonna push that off until June 1. But I'll be set up to do it for next year.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it for me. Thanks.
Okay. Anybody else on committee reports? There being none, we'll move on. No communications and information. Old business. B&L sent an update on where they're at with the sewer project. Tim, have you had much contact with them?
His update was pretty short. All he said was that we're still waiting on DEC and EFC to review final design.
Have they brought any questions back or anything?
No.
Okay.
And his email said that they were responding by the end of the month. It's getting pretty close.
You know, I know this wasn't on the agenda, but I'll ask anyways. Anything on the secondary source?
Negative.
Like what?
Yeah. Next item was Midtown Plaza. There's not much to add there other than that there's been some activity over there. With some, somebody's tried to break in the other night and they had their hands full with that. A couple of openings that I think DPW is trying to close up, that, you know, that continues to be a problem.
Yeah.
the sooner we get that tore down, the better, and it's just gonna be a matter of when the NEPA's done. So,
Could it be this winter?
I haven't heard anything. Have you, Lee, heard anything about where they're at with the developer?
I just, reached out and asked, he said he thought they had everything they needed for the NEPA review. He had 2 questions for me, which I responded to.
Okay.
One was the village, the responsible party, and 2, who's the certifying officer, and that's you. So
Okay.
I sent that to
Giddy
him.
up.
We've done that already.
Yeah.
We've done that in 24. So you as the certifying officer and sent it off. So hopefully that means that everything's ready to, there are some timelines that have to be followed as far as giving notice to certain agencies, and I'm not sure where they are with that. But it has to go, there has to be a, like, notice published and all that stuff, so. But it's
Yeah,
on
and
track.
that takes a little bit of time to go through that public notice piece.
Sure. Can it be done when the ground is frozen?
The only question is gonna be if we're the lead on that is if, how it gets bid out. They have a preferred contractor, but we may have to bid it, so. If the property transfers, then it's on them to take care of,
Yeah,
so,
there we go, that's what I mean.
but we're a little ways away from that,
It's all slow,
It is.
so.
but it's gonna happen,
Oh, yeah,
so that's good.
slowly but surely.
Like, the only thing that I would add is that they've been working a lot with SUNY Canton on the design for the
Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneurship Center. Making very good strides with that, so it's exciting to see the visuals coming on it.
Good. Good. Okay, new business. I need a motion to authorize payment of vouchers and transfer of funds.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Next item is to approve a new planning board member. Micah Murphy. New in town, but his wife is a longtime resident here, so. And they moved back.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone C, appoint Conrad Stunts to, the ZBA chair. His time is up again.
Move. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. Next item is an annual, approved towing bid from Johnson Towing and Recovery. Again, he's the only one submitted the bid, so.
Bless his heart. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The next is a resolution to meet the requirements of the Municipal Parks and Recreation Grant Program. And that was put on hold at our joint meeting because it was a question about, wording.
Yeah.
And
it
and what it
seemed-
meant. Lee did the follow-up on that. You wanna explain what,
Yeah, I put it in the email with the resolution, but it
oh, I didn't send the whole
essentially was
email
what I
out.
You
explained.
didn't send us the rest of
I
it.
just sent the resolution.
Was, that when you're using that funding stream to make improvements to property, it needs to remain public space or parklands in perpetuity, basically. So something goes on file for each deed, with each deed, indicating that.
Okay. All right. That's all we needed to know. Just seemed a little.
It's
I think if we were doing a
It's-
project at Taylor Park, then you get it.
Yeah.
And we don't
Right,
own
we
property.
the village owns those properties, so it's not an issue.
So, got it.
Right.
Got it. Perfect example. Okay, thanks.
I'm looking forward to that conversation Monday.
So
So,
I need a motion.
so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? F, just a reminder of our annual meeting. Or organizational meeting. And I did have to add on, I should have said this in the beginning, but, there's an engagement letter with Drescher and Malecki, that he was slow in getting out. I put it in the joint, in the drive, but, it's something we have to sign every time. They started
Just the annual contract, like.
the annual,
Yeah.
they've already started the audit. And they're well into it.
It's
Meg
just
will
the
tell
thing-
you.
all the things they aren't going to do. That's what I
That
like.
they are gonna, do.
All what they're not going to do.
But I just wanted you aware of that, and
Important
that,
information.
you know, I have to sign that and get it back to them.
Yeah.
So, but I don't need
Please do.
approval to do it. We've,
Please do, yeah.
they're well into it, so,
They've been good.
yeah. Meg has been busy.
Well,
Maybe
nobody,
not this
it's never
week.
fun to be audit month, is it? Your time is not
But
your own.
we so appreciate that they're doing it.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
good.
Oh, no, well, we're on the right path now.
Yep.
And it's a good thing, so.
She just doesn't agree this week, but normally she agrees. As soon as she sends something, another email comes, she's like.
And at times, it's not your own.
Yeah.
Okay, next item is public comment. Is there a public comment? Yes? Can I have your name, please, and where do you live?
Actually,
Uh-huh,
on August 16th and 17th, and again on August 1st, I sent multiple FOIA requests to the village. Some of the information that I requested was not provided, so I appealed to the board on the 12th. So you know where that. On this Monday, I got a letter from the mayor saying that nothing in the files that I requested was withheld. You agree to that, Mayor Dolan?
this is comment period. This isn't back and forth.
And the board is aware of that. Due to the information disclosed in the FOIL reports, I want to bring several issues to the attention of the board and to the community. There's no warrant for the search of my vehicle that the village could provide. Unlawful searches were conducted on various dates, including October 19th, 23, by Officers Stone and Gibson. There was no warrant for the removal of my phone out of my vehicle. However, on August 27th, the New York City Police Chief Cole personally took my phone from the vehicle. Other items are also missing from the vehicle. Estimated value about $800. I haven't pulled all the receipts, but other items are missing. On September 2nd, I was notified that my vehicle was released from custody, and I went to the department the following day and asked Sergeant Stone if anything had been removed from my vehicle. He stated that the chief took my phone and had it on his desk in his office. Board confirmed that there was no warrant for the removal of the phone, and there was no log for this secured locker or any other secured holding of the phone. It was on the chief's desk. On October 12th, I also gave the board a copy of a complaint that I had filed in 2023 for police misconduct. Chief Sandoval had excused the complaint as unfounded, and when I attempted to appeal to the board, Scott Goldie unlawfully inserted himself into the issue and denied my right to appeal. Goldie has a conflict of interest regarding the parties of the complaint and cannot take part in any conversations regarding or any decisions regarding this. On October 14th, 2023, Officer Gibson pulled into a parking lot with no lights or sirens and immediately pulled his gun, disregarding the use of policy force. He stated under oath that he turned off his headlights, emergency lights, so there would be no one would know that there was police presence, and he had no time to say the word police. The department refused to take my complaint for weeks, conducted unlawful searches of our property, as I discussed, made false statements to secure an ARPO and to rack up phony charges against my husband. They also released this false information to the news. Gibson made false statements in his deposition. He made false statements in court, which were proven at trial. Officer Stone also claimed to have served notice to appear for my husband's pistol permit, which he did not do. So my husband lost his pistol permit for failing to appear for something he was not served for. At this time, I'm notifying the board that I want to press charges on Chief Cole for the theft of the phone. I'm requesting the dismissal and decertification of Officer Gibson for the gross negligence under the color of law, excessive use of force, and other misconduct as stated in my complaint. There are also grounds to dismiss Stone for their illegal searches and failure to serve an appearance summons. A proper investigation should be done by an outside internal affairs office, not the chief of police. And for actions regarding this case, there's much more involved, and I have much more documentation and evidence to this matter. But as time allows, I can't get into all of that. But that is what has happened.
Thank you. Is there any other comment? Public comment? Going twice? Going 3 times? Okay, thank you. I need a motion to go into executive session. We have a matter to discuss concerning a water service.
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Treasurer can stay.